Alright, hey everybody, and welcome to Zenfolio Live. I'm Robert with Zenfolio Customer Success. I want to say thanks for joining us on the live stream. It's December 6th, you guys. I can't believe how fast this year is going by. Hopefully you guys have got most of your shopping done and you're not like me and waited till the very last minute. There's a lot of you guys already talking to us in chat. I want to say hi to Roxanne from up north and Do Zurich from right here in NC. So good to have you here hanging out. Mike Singer back with us again from Ohio. Hey, Mike, thanks for coming and hanging out with us. All right, guys. So today we're going to be talking about creating client galleries fit for the holidays. So hopefully at this point you have got all your client galleries ready, your clients are going, and it's nice to maybe give them a little bit of a holiday feel so that when they're hanging out with their family, if they want to pop it up on their phone or pull it up on the computer and browse through it, it'll have a nice little holiday feel to it. So we're going to go into customizing your client galleries with a background photo, and you want to make sure that you stick with something simple when you do this so that it is not too distracting but just adds a nice bit of holiday feel to the gallery. Now I'm also going to show you how to add some seasonal colors for accents. I'm going to be using reds and whites. They work really well. I was going to put that works really nice, but I didn't want to rhyme, but I did it anyway. So reds and whites work really well. And then I'm going to show you how to save this theme as a new theme rather than saving it over your existing theme, so that when the holidays are over and past, you could just switch your galleries back to looking the way that they were. Now, in the link or in the description, how come I always get those two mixed up? In the description below this video, there's a link to where you can download 2 custom holiday themes. Those are free for you guys to download. Make sure you click that link and check it out. And then there's also a link if you're planning on going to Imaging USA down in Atlanta and you'd like to get some free expo passes. Check out the link in the description below the video for that. All right, guys, make sure you let us know, say hi to us in the chat. Let us know where you're from. If you have any questions about Zenfolio at all, even if it's totally off the topic, make sure that you get those in the chat so I can get those answered for you live. And of course, you guys who are viewing the recorded version of this, we'd love to have you hang out with us live, but we know everybody can't stop what they're doing. So there's also a link in the description below the video where you can send an email question in as well. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into today's topic. All right, so here I am in my Zenfolio account, and the first thing that we want to do is, and what I recommend doing, guys, anytime you're doing any kind of gallery customizing, I recommend picking out one gallery and working in that one gallery and then saving it as a default. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab a gallery over here. I'm just going to go down to this engagements gallery right here and click on the John and Elizabeth gallery. And we're going to bring this up into customize view. Now, in order to do that, what I'm going to do is right click on preview right here, hit open in a new tab. Guys, I love working multiple tabs. If you've been watching the live stream, I say this a lot. I can't tell you how much more effective and efficiently you're going to be able to work in Zenfolio if you do this with multiple tabs. So if we click over here, we have the preview for that gallery. Now, let me bring this down so you guys can see it. So I've got multiple tabs right up there that I can click back and forth in. All right, so we're going to go to the preview version of this gallery really quick. I'm going to hover over edit and going to click on page, and this is going to load this gallery into customize view for me. All right, so we're just going to click continue. And now I've talked a lot in the past about the gallery options, setting this up differently, showing how you can change different options and make things look different in here. Really, today's focus is going to be pretty much just about the theme, which is the colors and the fonts and the background. And so what I'm going to do is go ahead and open up Theme Designer. And again, we're going to do this in another tab, and there's a very good reason for it, and I'll show you why. So we're going to right click on themes. I'm going to hit open link in a new tab, and somebody was messing with my monitor. There we go. Now I can actually see it. There we go. And so now I have 2 tabs that basically have the same page opened up. And in this one, I'm going to go back up to themes and I'm going to do more and create new. All right. So just to show you the tabs that I have open, let me bring this down. And we have my account tab, we have customized view tab, and then we have theme designer tab. And then this is the holiday shipping blog, which we're going to talk about here in a second. But let me pull this back up. All right, so here we are in theme designer. And this is what controls the colors and fonts that are going to be used on your site. And so what I'm going to do really quickly is I'm just going to go right here to save as, and I'm just going to give this a new name. So I'm just going to call this Zen Live Holiday Theme. All right, we're going to save that. And so now I'm going to jump back to this page really quick, hit refresh one time on my browser, and then we can actually go ahead and apply this new holiday theme that I'm creating or that I'm working on. So we're going to go up to themes, we're going to go down here, and there is that Zen Live Holiday Theme. So I'm going to click on that and hit the apply button, which you guys can't see. Let me get myself out of the way here. There we go. Now you guys can see that. So I'm going to go ahead and click apply on this. All right, so as you can see, starting out pretty ugly. I haven't done any customizing to it. It's all just basically a bunch of grays. And so we want to fix that. Again, we're doing holiday themes. So we want this to be nice and inviting and have a real holiday feel to it. So we're going to go back into Theme Designer. And I recommend, if you're starting on a new theme, I recommend using the Color Scheme Designer. It's going to be up here up top. And if you're in another tab or something, or you don't happen to see it, maybe it's closed out like this. If you come over here to the theme defaults, you can go to the color palette, click edit right there, and this is where you can edit that. So I'm just going to go ahead and start out up here. Now what I'm going to do is set my backgrounds, leave them to white. I'm going to set my text color here to black, just so that all the text stands out really nice and neat. I'm going to set my header and footer to be white, and I'm just kind of doing this to get kind of a starting base. Accent and frames, I'm going to set this to a red, but I want a very specific red. And so that red, I'm actually going to come down here really quick and grab it from, where is it at? Let me find it really quick. Should be right in here somewhere. There we go. That'll work. I'm just going to grab that color code, head back up to the edit palette right here, and then we're going to put that red into the accent and frames right there. Okay, here we go. We're going to paste that in, and then I'm going to go back one more time. And links and buttons, I'm going to leave those kind of a red too. And then we're going to go through and do some more customization of this. So I'm really just kind of getting my starting point. This is the colors that I want to work with. Just getting my starting point. And then we're going to move down and continue customizing this. So we're going to scroll down here. We're going to start out with the header. Now, if you're using a custom logo, you don't really need to worry about the display name. If you haven't uploaded a custom logo yet, go ahead and customize your display name. So just really quickly, I'm going to click on display name. I'm going to come over here and let me just switch back to full screen so you guys can see everything here. Okay, so we're going to go right here to display name, and then we're going to come over here, and I am going to use the font Stencil right here because it's kind of festive-y looking. If you don't see that font in the font family section, that is a Google font, and you can add that by clicking add fonts, and then you just need to scroll down in this list and find that and click on it, and it will come over here. These are fonts from Google, so I do want to point out that you cannot upload your own custom fonts, but you can load in these custom fonts from Google here. All right, and so now I've got the Stencil font in there, and I'm going to set that display name up to be like that. Let's go over here to the menu items. I'm just going to kind of stay in the header really quick. And we're going to go menu items. We're going to go to text color. I'm going to set that text color to be red right here. Actually, let's set the text color to be black. The hover color to be red. So now when I hover over that menu item, the text turns red. And that's exactly what I want. So scrolling down, we're just going to keep that red and black theme kind of going on. Depending on the menu layout that you have, you might want to customize this option as well, just to cover both of your bases while you're in here. So I'm going to click on this one, and this is the little, what we call the menu bar. I'm going to click on that, and then you can see right here is the text colors. Let's go up here, and let's just do the same black with a red hover. And so now we get that same effect, but I want to get rid of that gray overlay. So that's the hover background. And we're just going to drop the opacity on that so that it's completely transparent, and now there's no hover background. Now the display name, looking back up here, let me make this thing a little bit larger. We're going to go to display name and size. And we're going to bring that size up to, let's try 20 pixels right in there. All right, so far so good. So now that I've saved this with its own name, I can click save right here. And then if we want to take a quick peek at what we have so far, we can jump back to our other tab and hit refresh on our browser. And now we should see this, start to see this look a little different. So we've got the white up here. We're starting to get some red in here, and we're going to go in here and keep refining this, customizing it, making it look a lot nicer. So we're going to jump back into Theme Designer, and let's go ahead and just scroll down on this page and start with the breadcrumbs right here. So the breadcrumbs are also your page titles. So this element right here is what's controlling this right here. And so I want that page title to actually be red. So we're going to go right down here to gallery title. Let me get myself out of the way. I'll just stay out of the way for the rest of the thing because apparently my head gets in the way. And I'm going to go right here and choose that stencil font. We're going to choose that font for all of these guys actually. And then what we're going to do is for the links, that is what these are. We're going to change the links to be black with a red hover. And of course, if you guys want to pick different colors, you definitely can. These are just the colors that I picked out. And then for the page title, I want that page title to be red from the get-go so that that's the page that we're on. All right, so we've got that. And let's go ahead and make that page title a little bit larger than the other ones. So it's set to 18. The other ones are set to 15. All right. So we've got that done. I'm pretty happy so far with the way this looks. Let's talk about a background image for a second. All right. So we could just leave the background white, or if we wanted to put in a background image, we can. Now, when you think about background images, the biggest and most important thing is that one, you have the license or the right to use them, obviously. Hopefully you're using some of your own photos. And then two is going to be that background image needs to be under 2 megabytes in size. So those are the two things you want to keep in mind. And so what I'm going to do is upload a custom background image really quick, and I've already got it resized. So we're just going to come and click right here on the background where it says page background. You just click on that element, go over here, look for background. And then on the image, it says none. If you click that, it'll actually let you upload your own photo. Now, Zenfolio does have some built-in backgrounds that you can use, some different patterns that you can use. I'm going to go ahead and upload a more festive, Christmassy looking image. Well, I don't know if it's festive-y or Christmassy. It's a snow and a tree. So let's upload that. And again, making sure that it's under that size recommendation. Now, the file that I'm uploading is a JPEG file. And you're going to see here in a minute, it's just some trees and some snow. So I'm going to click on OK down here at the bottom. We're going to get OK. And so now you can kind of see the Christmas trees back here, or not the Christmas trees, but the pine trees with the snow on them. Probably a lot of what it looks like up in Roxanne's area, probably. So that's our background image. And now we want to customize this because there's a couple of things that I don't want. I don't want my clients to be viewing their gallery and then scroll down and kind of reach the bottom of this image and then it just go white. Also too, I want to make sure that the image is fitting this the way that I want. So we're going to come over here to background, image, and first of all, I'm going to adjust the position to be top center. And then I'm going to choose this fill entire page button. And then for tiling, I'm going to set the tiling to, well, let's do this, no tiling first. And also, I don't want this to scroll with the page. I want the image to stay fixed. Then let's click that button. So now my elements scroll while my background stays where it's at. So the clients never reach the end of that background image. And this is what I want this to look like. So let's go ahead and save this, and let's take a look at what this is looking like in that client gallery now. So I'm going to click save. We're going to jump back to this other tab, hit refresh, and just take a quick look and see how we're looking. All right, so here's that background image. I'm not a big fan of the really in-your-face bright red right here, so we're going to fix that. Also, the buttons over here, I think, need a little bit of work. But definitely, I like the title up here. I like the way this is looking. So we're getting somewhere. We're getting a more Christmassy time looking gallery. So let's keep working on this theme. We're going to jump back into Theme Designer. And then next what we're going to do is, I'm pretty happy with most of the settings as far as they're looking in that gallery. So let's jump to the gallery tab now. And there's some specific things that we need to customize. And the first thing was I've got to get rid of that red border around the images. That is driving me crazy. So we're going to get rid of that red border. And when you're doing this, the first thing you need to know is you need to know what type of thumbnails your gallery is using. As you can see on the gallery tab right here, we have fixed size thumbnails, also for the group, and then we have dynamic thumbnails. And so if you're not sure, just jump back to your gallery, go to options, grid options, and hopefully you are using either grid A or grid B. Those are the dynamic ones where they fit the images in like a collage style. I feel like it's a much better presentation. These are the ones that I recommend using. And if that's what you're on, those are dynamic thumbnails. Now, if you're on grid C or D, those are going to be fixed sizes. And you'll need to make sure that you alter the fixed thumbnail settings in Theme Designer. All right, let me get this out of the way. And then we'll jump back over to Theme Designer tab. And we're going to focus on the dynamic thumbnail right here. So what I'm going to do is scroll down, click on this, and the first thing that I want to get off of this is this white photo mat right here. And so what I want to do is just come up here to the thumbnail area, and I'm going to turn that border off. And then I'm going to go to the background section right here. And what we're going to do is click on that, and we're going to drop down the opacity of both the normal and the hover color and hit done. And that got rid of that white photo mat that's around there, which I am not a huge fan of. All right, so next let's do something about this bright red border that's just hurting me right now. Wow. My Oklahoma came out. Hope you guys caught it. It doesn't happen too often, but I said me pretty funny. Okay, so let's click on the dynamic thumbnail image, and we're going to take care of this border right here. So I'm actually going to set that border to 1 pixel because I still want a border, but what I don't want is I don't want this bright red one unless they're hovering over the image. So I'm going to click on the colors, and I'm going to set the normal border to be transparent, but I'm going to click back on that hover, and that hover one I want to be red. So the normal is transparent. Basically, there's not a border there. And then the hover border is that red. So when we hover over the image, there's that light red border around it, just letting us know, hey, you're hovering over the image, in case you didn't know that. All right, so let's click done here. And let's go ahead and do something about this brown or gray box that's at the bottom of the thumbnail image here. I'm going to go ahead and just remove that. I'm not a big fan of that. If you're showing your photo titles on your images, you might want to leave this box in place. This particular gallery doesn't have the title showing, so I'm going to remove it because it's going to clean it up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is click on this. We're going to go right here, and I'm going to just drop the opacity of both of those because I want that little gray thing at the bottom to go away. All right. And then the next thing that we're going to do is let's talk about this button, because in my opinion, the buy button is pretty important. So we're going to click on that, and let's see what we can do to make this look a little bit more festive. So we're going to find those buy button settings right down here. And of course, naturally, they would be hidden behind my head. So let me get that out of the way. And then what we're going to do is come over here and adjust those settings. So we're going to go to buy button. I'm going to change that font. Now, I was using Stencil, but for the buttons, I kind of find that it's a little hard to read. And so I'm going to go with something like either Arial or Arial Black, one of those two. And for this one, I'm just going to leave it normal. Let's go ahead and make the button size a little bit bigger. Again, we're focusing on this. And then let's talk about that letter spacing. I want just a little more spacing between these letters here. So we're going to increase that spacing a little bit. Maybe right in there is good. And let's adjust that button background color. Let's get it maybe a red, or maybe we'll do a white. Let's see what looks nice. So let's start off with a red here. So we got a red button. Maybe that's not too bad. Or we could try a white button. And maybe when they hover over it, it goes red. We could try something like that. Let's go ahead and set this font color down here. We're going to make that black. So I'm going to go down here to text, and we're going to make that text color black. And then I'm going to leave it the same on hover because the background changes. So we're just going to leave that black. Okay, let me click on here again, and let's do something about that buy button border. So that border is, right now it's kind of gray. Let's make that border red. And then maybe on hover, we can do white. And hit done. All right, guys, let's save this, and let's jump back over to the gallery and just take a look and see how this is looking. So jumping back over to the gallery, and we're going to refresh this, and let's take a look. All right. So I think this looks much, much better than it was before with the black on the bottom and the black button. The buy button is still not my favorite right now looking this way. I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of the bold and the black and the white and the red on that. Maybe we can do something to soften that up. And I definitely want to do something with these buttons over here. What do you guys think? How's this looking so far? Do you guys think I should change colors? Should I use a different color? Is there anything that you guys would change on here? Let me know in the chat. Keep in mind it's about a 30 to 45 second delay, so it might take me a minute to catch up if you said something. Okay, so let's go back to Theme Designer really quick. And one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of soften up this a little bit. I want to kind of round the edges of this button so it's not so rigid feeling. So I'm going to click on the button, and then get my giant head here out of the way. And then we're going to go over here to buy button on the left, and you can actually round the corners of these out. Now, I actually did a whole live stream on customizing your buy button. I showed you a lot of different things you can do. And so I'm not going to focus too much on it, but let's go ahead and round these corners off. So I'm going to go up to 40 and round these off. So that gives that button a nice little round right here, and that kind of softens it up a little bit, but I'm definitely still not a huge fan of that black. So let's go to this text right here, and maybe on the, when it's not hovered over, maybe let's set that text to be right in here, and maybe the font too. Maybe I need to adjust that font up a little bit. Let's try doing just a normal Arial and see if that feels a little better. Much better right there. I like that a lot better. Okay, I like that a lot better. Let's see, that red color I think is okay. Let's round the edges of this right here a little bit. So we're going to go to the thumbnail overlay, and we're going to find where we can round those corners off. All right, so let's see where we can round those corners off right here. Thumbnail image, I think that's what I'm looking for. Thumbnail image right here. Let's try that. Let's go to like 8. And that rounded the edge of those off just a little bit. We can bring it back down, maybe about 2. And let's see. Roxanne says the red is too dark and the fonts on the red is difficult to see. And Forte says use some green with the red or blue and white. So let's try some greens out and see what we can do. Maybe let's do up here in the top on these buttons right here. Maybe we can do some greens or red. So let's click on this button really quick right up here. And then we'll go over here. And this is where we can start changing all this up. So background content right now, the background color is red. And let's do a white hover. So let me go down here. Let's do this red. And let's do a white hover, maybe. And then let's do that text color. Let's try out a green. I don't know about a green. I could just be picking the wrong green though, for sure. Let's see. I'm going to go with black on this one, but definitely playing around with some green would probably bring that out a lot more. I would definitely want to go and find, I probably should have done that. I probably should have just went and pulled a Christmas color theme. If you guys aren't familiar, there's a website called Cooler that I like to use a lot. It's an Adobe website. But you can actually go in here and you can search for things. So if I want to go to Explore, I could go in here really quick and I could say Christmas or holidays. And it's going to pull color themes in here. And the nice thing about this is that you can actually click on one of these, go to Edit, and it actually will give you the HTML codes in here to use. So this is a nice red right here. Let's try that red out. And let's go back to Theme Designer and we'll go up here and we can try that out really quick on that. So let's go in here, put in that red. I don't know if that's any lighter. Maybe a little bit lighter on the red like that. And hit done. And then I'm going to round these buttons up really quick just to match. And hit save. And I'm not a giant fan. I would really, some green would really be nice. It would just be a matter of finding the right green. And I don't want to spend a whole lot of time trying to find the green. Let's see. Let me refresh this up really quick and just take a look. All right. So all in all, I don't think it's too bad looking. There's definitely a lot more that I would like to go in and kind of fine tune. But hopefully you guys get the idea of how to come in and customize this theme and really make it have a holiday feel. You can do this a couple of times. You could go in here and create a couple of different custom themes and test them out. Once you save them, it's actually pretty easy to swap back and forth between the two. So if I click on themes, I'll show you guys the ones that I made earlier. Well, actually, this one was made by Allison, who's our super awesome on customer support. If you guys have ever chatted in and you got the lady with the blue hair icon, that's Allison. She's awesome. She actually created this theme for me. So you guys can take a look at this one. And this is one of the themes that's available in the download in the description below. So if you go download the themes, this is one of the themes that's available. So here's one. And then another theme that's in that pack, if you download it below, I called it Candy Cane Button because I was trying to do something a little bit different. And so what I thought I'd do is I thought I would try to make my buttons look like candy canes. And I was actually successful. However, I'm not sure how I feel about these. What do you guys think about the candy cane buttons? Is it too much? Is it over the top? Is it distracting? Let me know. And yeah, so this is how you guys can do this. Now, obviously, after the holidays are over, maybe you want to come back and change this, so you can just jump back up here to themes, go back and choose whatever your default theme was, and your galleries will go right back. So for the holidays, if this is the theme that you want for all of your galleries, you're going to just click on it, get it set up, set it as your default, and then publish those changes, and that theme will go out to all the galleries that are using the default settings. And then after the holiday season's over, you can come back in and you can say, you know what, let's go ahead and set this back to my normal theme. And we're going to go up here and just go back to themes, and we're going to say, you know what, back to what it was before. And apply that and publish right here. All right, guys, that is how to set up and create your galleries, make them really holiday and festive. Hopefully it provides your clients with a really nice personal touch, a nice browsing experience when they're browsing through their galleries during the holidays with their families, and we just want to give them a nice browsing experience. Now let me check on you guys in chat. I know there's a lot of you guys hanging out, putting comments in there, and then I've also got some email questions that I need to get to. But before you leave, guys, don't forget to get those fonts, or not those fonts, I'm sorry. Get those themes. They're in the description below the video, so you can download those themes. They come with the background image and everything. You import them into Zenfolio, and let me show you how to do that, actually, before we get too far away. If you download those themes and you want to import them and use them, just load up a gallery in Customize View, go to Themes, and then Import will be right here under More. You can go to Import and then just grab that theme that you downloaded, which is like right here or here. You know, you can grab them and import them right into your theme designer list, and they'll become a theme that you can then pick and choose from. So that is how you import those themes if you download them. All right, let me check on you guys in chat because I know I am way behind over here. All right, let's see. We got Mike Singer from Cincinnati, Ohio. Hey, Mike, thanks for coming back and hanging out with us. Always glad to have you here hanging out with us. Roxanne says, great intro. I'm loving it. I was just thinking about the intro, and I was almost thinking it was time to set up a more wintry intro. What do you guys think? You guys still like the intro, or do you think it's time to set up a more wintry intro? Wintry, is that a word? Let me know if that's a word. Home Phone says, Burr, looks cold out there. Shopping, I send out a coupon or two for discounts on my store and call it good. Home Phone always has some really great advice. But yeah, definitely getting cold for sure, especially here in North Carolina. It's starting to get really cold. I had to go outside a second ago and it was freezing. Let me grab some tea. Denise Stewart. Hey, Denise Stewart. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us. I don't know how to pronounce it. Garth Roop. I can't say it. From Boulder, Colorado. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us today. We've got Forte back. Hey, Forte. Thanks for coming hanging out with us again. DD Nab says, hello from Montana. Hey, how's the weather in Montana right now? Is it cold all... I've never been to Montana. Is it cold all year around? What are the seasons like up there? Let's see. We got a question. I have a question about activating favorites. The directions for it show the old template. Can't find customize under preview where it used to be. Great question. Absolutely. So there used to be a preview button over here on the old template, and you could hover over it and click on customize, and that would take you right to that particular gallery and customize view. Since we've changed, that option's not there anymore, and what you want to do is you're going to use the preview button right here. Now don't click on it, because that preview button, when you click on it, is going to take you to preview in this tab, and you really want to work in multiple tabs. That way, if you need to go back and reference something on this side of things, you don't have to hit the back button, which is really annoying for me. So what I do is I right click on the preview button, and then I'll just use open in a new tab, and that lets me open that page into preview mode in a new tab. And then you can go up to edit and go to page, And then for favorites, there's a couple of places that you want to make sure that you have that option turned on. So first, you're going to want to go down here into site settings, which is conveniently located behind my head. So you're going to go down here to site settings, go to general, no, not general, go to favorites, and then you're going to want to make sure that this option is turned on if you want to allow favorites. So site settings, favorites, make sure that that is checked. And then after you apply that, it's just a matter of allowing the little heart icon to be shown on the thumbnail images. And that's going to be found under options. You're going to go to thumbnails, and then you're going to make sure that it says add to favorites is set to show. And that is what will allow that little heart favorite icon to appear on the top left corner of the image right here. And then if you want to do that for all of the galleries, all you need to do is save it as a default and then make sure that you click that publish button up here so that it goes live. So hopefully that kind of answered your question and cleared up how to get to that. If you have any questions or you need me to go a little bit more in depth on any of that stuff, definitely please let me know in the chat. Great question though. All right, let's see. Yeah, absolutely, guys. If you're new to Zenfolio Live, don't forget this video goes out on our YouTube channel as a video. You can always go watch it, pause it, rewind it, mute it if I talk too much. That's what I end up doing. Also, if you like to listen on podcast, let me rephrase that sentence. If you like to listen to podcasts, if you're a podcast listener, we are in the iTunes podcast directory. So whether you're on your iOS or if you want to pull up iTunes on your computer, just search for Zenfolio video tutorials. Make sure that you subscribe there, and that way you get the instant notifications whenever new tutorials are published. And then whenever the recording of the live stream is published, you actually get a notification of that as well. So if you're not subscribed to us in iTunes, definitely go do that. It's a great way to get those notifications. Okay, let's see. Against the snow, born and raised in Alabama. No snow. No snow down in Alabama yet, huh? Oh, man. Yes, well, actually, red Forte is my wife's favorite color, but I'm also a big fan of red as well. So I do find myself using it quite a bit. Yeah, it's my wife's favorite color, so naturally that kind of makes it my favorite color. All right, let's see. Stay lighter with the text. There we go. All right. John says, is there a pixel width that works best for the background image? Best for across various devices. A pixel width. I am not 100% sure on that. I would probably go, so that image particularly that I used was 2400 pixels wide. I know that because I had to resize it to get down to the file size. So that particular image that I used was 2400 pixels wide. Now I haven't looked at that on my mobile yet, so I'm not exactly sure, but 2400 around in there seemed to be the magic number to make it work the way that I wanted it to. I would just do some testing, but if you find out, John, definitely let me know. That's good information to have. And if I find out, I'll let you guys know next week. But great question for sure. Let's see. Home phone says over the top is perfect. Oh, cute idea, but trippy. It was, it was one of those things where it's like, hey, can I make this look like a candy cane? Yes, I did, but I don't know if I really wanted to and if it was really worth accomplishing or not. Wintry is the word. Set the intro up by season. Great, yes. Not wintry. Is it wintry or wintry? Yeah, I'm never going to get it. Okay, if you say it enough, it all sounds wrong. Set up the intro by season for sure. Winter theme is always beautiful. We love the views here in the Montana with the snow. Man, I am a big mountain fan. I haven't been in the mountains in so long. We did a trip to Boone, North Carolina. It was beautiful, and I'm definitely looking to get back to that soon. But man, I bet it's gorgeous. I would love to see it up there. Let's see. Teresa says, hi, can you create a landing page with a holiday template to have offers, etc. on it without making the whole site the theme? Great tutorial. Hey, Teresa, actually, you can do that. You can do that with a custom page. Now, my design skills on the fly are not that great, so what I'm going to show you how to do is going to be an example. But if you've got some design skills, you could definitely accomplish a lot more than what I'm about to show you. But that is definitely something that you can do for sure. So what you're going to want to do is go to website and then go up here to custom pages. And then just create a new page. And go ahead and give it a title. Now, when you're creating custom pages, keep in mind anything that has the little green up here is going to be beneficial to your SEO. So I could call this holiday offerings page, but just keep in mind the title is helping your SEO. So you'll want to make sure that you include, maybe like your photography name, your business name, what the page is, the area. So I might do something like Raleigh NC wedding photography holiday offers, something like that. I mean, something just so you have some nice keywords in there, but it still makes sense to people who read it, because again, this stuff does impact your SEO. And you also want to make sure too that if you're wanting this page to be indexable by search engines, you want to leave this option right here checked. And then from here, you can just go in here and customize this page however you want. You can go in here and you can add a title. Like, let's go here and say, hi, welcome to my holiday specials. Whatever you want to say. Obviously, you're going to do a much better job than I am. Make sure that you're highlighting your text and that you're giving them not just the size, that you're formatting this, because the heading formatting right here, not only is that a size, but that's also an HTML tag that marks the information in order of importance. So that's important to keep in mind, is that the heading size is more than just the font size. It's also going to tell Google and its algorithm, this is the important text, this is the second, etc., etc. So, you can put something in here. You can do a lot with the page. You can come down here. You can add a photo if you want. You can add a, I'm just going to grab some photos here at random. You can add a photo. You could add a slideshow. Lots of different things you can do. And I think we've done a couple of live streams on creating custom pages. But like I said, there's a lot of stuff that you can do in here to really make this page nice and creative and stand out. Another thing is down here in the meta description. Make sure that you're coming down here and putting in a description for this page. Now, meta description is not keywords, so don't come down here and just do photography, comma, wedding photography, comma. Meta descriptions is what shows up underneath the search results, that when you do a Google search, the little blurb of text underneath there that kind of describes the page. That's what the meta description is. So give it a quick description of what this page is about. Again, it's really important to include the locations, the type of photography, what it is exactly in there. Because if you think about when you do Google searches, what do you see highlighted? Well, when you do a Google search, you see the main title, and then under there you see that description, and a lot of times in that description, the keywords that you've searched for are kind of bolded in there. That's what this is. So it's really important if you want this to be searchable. But now that we've got this page created, we can save it. And if we want to customize it, maybe if we want to give just this page a custom theme, you can do that by loading it into Customize View. And so now we've got that custom page in here. And if I go up to themes, I can uncheck the default, which is my homepage theme. I can actually come down here and choose one of these. So let's say this one. And I have no idea what it's going to look like on a custom page, but we're just going to use it and see. So it's got the tree in the background. It's got like this little white border. So you kind of get the idea of what it's going to look like. And so after you have that page created, you're going to want to put this page in your site menu. So people that are visiting your website will, click on the page. So you're just going to come over here to site menu. And I'm going to go ahead and just delete this one, because the last thing that we really want to do is we don't want to get a bunch of, you don't want to get too many site menu items, because they can start to fall off the page. So I'm just going to delete some of these, because most of these are just demos that I was showing somebody anyway. And we'll add that custom page to our site menu. So now once you have it ready, go up here to Edit Site Menu, click the Add New button, and we're going to say Special Holiday Offers. And you could do that. After you do that, say Link Menu Item 2. You're going to go to Built-in or Custom Page. And then just select that page, and you guys can't see it. Let's see if I can get it to where you can see it. You can't see it. Down here towards the bottom is a custom page section, and there's actually an option to choose that custom page. And then you hit update. So you build the custom page first, and then link to it from your site menu. And then once this refreshes, people can get to that custom page right here from my site menu. So let this refresh really quick. Not sure what's taking it so long. There we go. And so right here, special holiday offers are right here. And then you just publish that out. And now you've got your custom page with your holiday offers on it right here. So if I went back to the home page and then we go to special holiday offers, notice the theme changes. So the entire website has the normal theme. This page has that nice holiday theme. So hopefully, Teresa, that is what you were looking for. It's definitely something worth doing, because anytime you create pages like this and you really take the time to put in good keywords and good meta descriptions, it's just going to help draw traffic to your site because it's searchable by Google. All right, let me jump back to my photos page. Great questions, guys. Great questions today. Let me grab a sip of tea. My voice is starting to try to do something, so. And I'm drinking ginger tea, which I heard was really good for your voice. Also, I like the spice of it. It's a mango ginger. I really like the spice of it. All right, let me see. Let me make sure I'm caught up to you guys on chat here really quick. All right, furthermore photos. Can I add a phone link on the top of my homepage for people using mobile? I think that is something that I looked at, and I think that it was possible, but I don't remember how I did it. In other words, there's not really a built-in obvious way to do it, but I think I figured out a way to do it. So let me show you what I think that I figured out. I can't remember exactly how I did it, but I'm going to show you what I found. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump into customize website really quick. And one of the things that I tried was I tried doing it through the regular site menu over here. And I don't think that it worked very well for me. I think I went to new, and then you could do a call me and hit enter, and then external website. And I think I tried to do the tag in here in the link target, and it did not work, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I tested it out. I really wish I would have made a tutorial on it, but I didn't at the time. I know that this option, I'm pretty sure, did not work. So I think what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to, there's an HTML code for that does that. And you're going to want to put that somewhere in your site where you can use HTML code. So for instance, this particular layout lets me show a welcome message. I can go to show, and then that gives me a welcome message right here. And in the welcome message, I could do call me. And then if you are familiar with HTML, or you can find the HTML code, usually it's a copy and paste code that you can find. You can go to source and you can actually paste in the HTML code here. So for instance, if I wanted to make this, this is going to be embarrassing if I can't do it right. If I wanted to make this go to google.com, I think I'm writing it right. I can come in here and do this. And now it's a link that I can click on. And so if I go down here and I save it, that's going to show up in my welcome message. Now I want to give you guys a big disclaimer about that. And that's probably showing up somewhere around here. Oh, there it is right here. So my template does not have, is not set up very well for this, but there's that right there. I just need to change my theme. Let's see, themes. Let's do this one and see if that shows up a little bit better. A big disclaimer though, guys, anywhere you can do customizing to the code like that and you can click that source button, Zenfolio cannot offer you any custom technical support for that custom coding. So chances are we're probably just going to say, hey, you've got custom code in there. We're not sure why it's not working. You'll probably just want to go ahead and remove that. But here is one of the things. So if I click on that, yeah, I didn't do the code right at all. But you can do HTML in there and it will pop it open. I just spent so long since I wrote HTML, I couldn't remember the code. All right. So maybe something like that will work, but at the moment, there's not a built-in way that I know of to do it. All right, let's see. We've got about 7 more minutes left. Let me see if I can get some more questions in here. Let's see. Roxanne says, I've mentioned in a very rural... I moved to a very rural area. My business has changed. I'm leaning more towards stock photography. Do you have any suggestions on how I should change my website? I would definitely have to take a look at that, Roxanne, just to talk about it. We can definitely do a one-on-one session. I think Cheryl might be reaching out to you for that. We could definitely do that, talk about it, and give some personal recommendations. The other thing, too, you guys should be thinking about, especially those of you guys who are living in these nice rural areas where you're getting these really beautiful backgrounds, is that Zenfolio now offers the green screen option where people can upload PNG cutouts and the background images can be changing. So if you have some photographer friends that you know of that are using that feature, it might be a good way for you to market your landscape photos or just stock photography in general as background photos and set up digital products to actually sell them like that. Something to think about. But as far as for personal recommendations for your site, Roxanne, again, I'd have to definitely look at your site. More than happy to do that. Hopefully we can get in touch and go through that together. All right, let's see. Looks like Cheryl sent out a link there for you. Okay, let's see. Let me make sure. Teresa says, yes, fabulous. Thanks. Home Phone says, don't get sick, dude. Trying not to. Forte says, I used to be so good at HTML coding, but it's been forever since I've done it. Classic case of use it or lose it. Yes, absolutely. I did a little bit of HTML back in high school, played around with some JavaScript, but these days, if I'm writing it, I have to do a Google search and then do a copy and paste, which is why I was failing miserably just then. All right, guys, let me grab an email question really quick because I got to get these email questions answered too here. Let's see. Should I downsize my photos before I upload them? So if you're new to Zenfolio, or maybe you've just never asked this question before, anytime you upload photos to Zenfolio, we actually store the original image for you, unaltered, and we create the web resolution files for you. So when it comes to a question of should you downsize your photos before you upload them, my answer to you is that depends on your internet. If your internet can handle uploading lots of large files, I would upload the full resolution versions. The reason is because we're not going to show them on your website. We're going to generate display images for you so your site still loads fast. But when somebody comes to order those images as prints, you've already got the original full res file uploaded, and that way it can accommodate those prints being ordered. And you don't have to swap it out with a higher resolution version. And with that being said, I do recommend making sure that it's a JPEG file. I would not upload my RAW files to Zenfolio. You can. There is a storage for that. There is a storage fee for that after you exceed the 2 gigabytes. And I take that back when I said I would not. I have some of my RAW files up there just because I forgot to take them out of the gallery that I was uploading. They got up there. They're perfectly fine, but just keep in mind that there is a storage fee for RAW files, but the full resolution JPEG files are fine. That's what I would upload. All right, let's see. Hey, did you guys see the camera lens made out of ice? It's a video I saw on YouTube. A guy goes and makes a camera lens out of 10,000-year-old ice. It was really cool to watch. There's a link in the description below this video. Make sure you check it out. But wait, we only got three more minutes, so wait until the 3 minutes are up and then check that video out. It was really cool to watch. It was nice. It was a really inspiring story. Definitely check it out. Okay, let's see. I have a small group that I've been teaching photography to, and we've been talking about running your business online, and I've been showing them how to set up a website through Zenfolio. If I get them to sign up for Zenfolio accounts, do I get any kind of credit or discount? Absolutely. That's awesome. First, that you're taking the time out to work with this group and, you know, teach them a skill and how to use, and what's so important that you said was that you're teaching them photography business. I think that's a big thing that gets overlooked a lot of times. But if you're getting them to sign up for Zenfolio accounts, we do have a referral program. If you're not familiar with it, it's actually in your account. So just hover over your name up in the top right, go to account, and then go down to where it says refer friends right here. And there'll actually be a couple of different options in here. You can give your friends a referral code. You can share your code out on social media right here. Or you can just send them a link to where they can use that link as a referral code. And now what they're going to get is they get a 10% discount off of their first year. And you get a 10% credit. So it's a really nice way to give them a discount and get a credit as well. That credit goes into your Zenfolio account. You can use it for things like ordering prints for yourself. You can use it for renewals, different things like that. Speaking of ordering prints for yourself, tonight, let me find it. I have it written down somewhere. Where did it go? Tonight is I think it's tonight. Where's it at? Tonight is the last night that you can do the 30% off MPix Pro gallery and canvas print wraps. I think that's what it is. So if you're thinking about ordering some print wraps, do it before tonight because there's a 30% discount going on through MPix or MPix Pro. If I can get Cheryl to verify, I think it's both of those. If she can just throw that out in the chat, I would appreciate that. Forte says, can I change the font of my logo on the site? I don't have a formal logo, but I do use a certain font. If you want to use a certain font and it's not available through Zenfolio, you're going to need to make a custom logo image and upload it. There is a video on our channel. There's actually a couple. I did a live stream on custom logos, how to upload them, and where all the different places you can put them. And I think I actually have some Photoshop templates in there that you can download. And also, Forte, that's going to be, if you look in the description below this video, there is a Zenfolio Live download link. Click on that. That should have the logo guide in there. That's the route that you're going to want to take. All right, Mindy Munoz says, I have a high-resolution image uploaded, but they look blurry on the site. Why is that? So this is going to be the last question, guys. First of all, if you're looking on a Retina screen or a high resolution screen, that could be part of the problem. Zenfolio is not quite yet optimized for that, but it's something that's coming. The other thing is that you want to make sure that you're using your largest display image sizes. So what we're going to do is click on here. And then what we're going to do is click on a gallery, go up here to access, go to display size, and make sure that you're using the extra large display size right here. That's going to be 1550 by 960 pixels. So you make sure that you're using that extra large display size so your images are showing as large as possible on your site. All right, guys. Well, unfortunately, we are out of time. I do want to say thank you so much to all of you who came and hung out with me today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hey, if you're new to this, make sure that you click the subscribe button so you get notified when we go live. We do live streams every Thursday. If you guys enjoyed the live stream, make sure that you give it a like. I would really love it if you shared it out on social media, give it a thumbs up. And again, like I said, subscribe to the channel. Until next week, I hope you guys all have a safe and wonderful weekend.